Jamie, hi, Ken Johnson here. I want to try and just show you the sort of thing that I'm seeing on the iPhone in the first instance, and then if we've got time, I'll go through the iPad as well. The background is this response that you gave me to the question I raised about whether the games really worked on iPhone in particular, and to an extent on the iPad. I don't understand your answer. Not quite sure if you're saying that the game should work on both native web browser as well as a native app. I don't think you're saying that, but I'm not quite clear. So I hope you'll have a look at this and clarify to me just how I should be setting things up so that they do work, because as you'll see shortly, they're not currently working. Not for me anyway. So let's just go ahead over to Manage Games. Yeah, let me just take the first one. This is the word link game, and in fact this is the one that does work to an extent. So let me show you as it were, the best one first. If I just scan that, and I'm using Enigma as the scanner, as you can see, and then go online. On an iPhone, it's an iPhone 4S, so it's not latest generation, but it is last generation. You'll see that game opens fine. If I turn the iPhone on its side, then we get a slightly larger version, much larger on the screen, but it's only slightly larger on the actual device. And this is playable, but only just. For somebody of my advanced age, then it's difficult actually to see the lettering, and therefore very difficult to actually make out any words. It's also quite difficult to actually, control which characters are cut. It is possible. So that game worked. If we go back to the scanner, oops, that would, I know what it is. I went over onto landscape view, but leave that over there. If I go over to the next one, which is the jigsaw game, and let's just scan that and go online. Now that takes us obviously through to the jigsaw game, and we get this word. Now you probably can't read that. What it says is, please upload at least one image using the back office portal. I can hardly read it, to complete your game setup. Now that's fine if it was a game for a particular page. I can do that, but I've no idea how to do it when we're simply going to the general apps area in Facebook. Just to show you that this does actually work, if we go direct here, this is exactly the same URL, by the way, but if I click on that and do a Control-V to open it in my laptop, I have no problem. But on the iPhone, with exactly the same URL, I have this problem. By the way, this does work here fine on the laptop. Not the most exciting of pictures, but I'm just using something there for testing at the moment. So that's the problem with the jigsaw, which I like, by the way. Don't like the problem, but I like the game. So where were we? We go here to crack the vault. Go back to the scanner. Oops. Scanner, here we go. Scan that QR code in, click on Go Online. Now again, this game plays fine on the laptop. And some of the, if I look at the screen, for example, oops, I'm trying to click on it. If I click on the data stream, yes, we can hear the audio. I'm not sure if it will record properly or not, or what will happen. So let's not bother with that. But if I actually try and play the game, okay, that's not working at all. I did get, here we go. So the pad comes up fine, and I can turn it on its side and get a slightly bigger version that I can scale, unlike the the word game. But the problem here is I'm tapping away here at these numbers, and it's not recognizing my finger at all. If I'm trying to tap in the space now, so that's not working. So I have no idea what I'm supposed to do to actually get numbers to go in there. There is no keypad, it doesn't pop up, and I have no way of entering the data. So, can't play that game, apparently. Back to scanner, and again to the next one. It should be floppy flyer. And then, again, this one plays just fine. Sorry, I didn't mean to do that. Let's go back to the QR code, floppy flyer, and scan that. There we go. Go online. By the way, I'm using, I think it's called X Mirage, to display the iPhone on my laptop screen here so that I can record it as I do this. So it's not a simulation as such, it's a representation of the actual device. So the game's loading, as you can see, and the game will continue to be loading. It never moves off that status as far as I can see. Not on the iPhone. It loads fine on the iPad, but nothing. If I tap it, I can't, the screen is effectively frozen. I can't scroll up and down. I'm rubbing my finger up and down the screen to try and move it. I'm tapping the screen and nothing's happening. And that just sits there and never actually loads. So, what am I doing wrong? Is there a problem with the game? Is it the fact that it's a second last generation iPhone that I'm testing on, or what? Please let me know. I'd like to know how to get these things to run for demonstration purposes on both an iPhone and the iPad. Thanks, Jerry. Bye.